Splatoon is a third-person action shooter where you can run around shooting people with ink as a kid and swimming around through the ink that you shoot as a squid. Hi, my name is John C. And if you're still on the fence about giving this cutesy-looking ink-based shooter a chance, then maybe I can convince you otherwise. Because let's face it, this?
You're a kid now, you're a squid now, you're a kid, you're a squid, you're a kid, you're a squid, you're a kid now!
Isn't convincing anybody. Okay, so when you start out, you decide, do you want to be guy, do you want to be girl? You decide. Throw in some basic skin customization right there, light, dark, it doesn't matter. Throw in some basic eye color options right there, and mwah, magnifique, you're done. The game takes you through a tutorial segment to get you used to the unique gyro controls of the game. Your main controller is going to be the Wii U gamepad, so get used to that. Once done with the tutorial, you're taken to the central hub of the game known as Inkopolis. In the introduction sequence of the game introduces you to all the hub options available in Splatoon. There's the Booyah base, where you can buy clothing, accessories, and ink-based weapons. The Battle Dojo, which is a local 2-player mode where you and a friend can choose from a variety of preset customized inklings to choose from. Main downside to this mode is that you can only choose 5 stages that were in the initial launch of Splatoon that came out. The goal of this mode is to shoot balloons. First one to score 30 points within the 5-minute time limit is the winner. Player 1 views from the gamepad to play, while player 2 uses the TV to play. There are power-ups to aid you in stopping your opponent, and killing your opponent does bring their score down by a bit. But this mode is a sadly forgettable one and a pretty worthless feature. Unless the dojo has more modes to play in DLC updates, this mode won't hold anyone's attention for very long. Booyah Base comprises of the shopping stores ranging from Sheldon the Weapons Keep, Krusty Sean who runs the shoe department, Jalonzo who's all about the tops, and Annie who is a timid sea anemone with her clownfish Mo, can get you some styling head accessories. Just make sure you're fresh enough to enter these stores. These guys will not even look at you if you're not at least level 4. The way you can level up in this game in the beginning is by participating in online battles at the Inkopolis Tower and doing the Turf War mode, but we'll get back to that. Wait a second, how is Mo swimming around in Annie's hair if there is no... Now it's time to take a look at Octo Valley, which is single player, where an old dude named Captain Cuttlefish needs your help in stopping the enemy threat in this game known as the Octarians. He gets you suited up as Agent 3 and you're on your way on your 5-hour adventure to save Zapfish. They're comprised of these teapot levels that you have to shoot in order to unveil them. Complete the levels, save the Zapfish, beat the boss, rinse and repeat. Single player is a nice distraction from the main game as it actually incorporates mechanics that's unique to Splatoon into this mode in very unique and colorful areas. You may have noticed these orange orbs around the levels. These orbs are the mode's currency. Collect enough of them to upgrade and unlock gear. What gets you coming back to Octo Valley, however, are the hidden sunken scrolls hidden around the level. Most of them just unlock flavor text, but the ones the bosses drop are the most important ones, as those are the ones that leave behind not just scrolls, but blueprints that take to Sheldon later, and he can convert those blueprints into weapons you can actually use in online mode. Then of course the final boss unlocks, which, get this, it's an octopus, he's a DJ, and his name is Octavio. Yeah, but this guy is no joke. He literally throws everything at you and he can actually be pretty challenging, so it's a fun fight actually, but the names, man, the names. Now it's time for the main attraction of Splatoon, the online battles. When starting off, you're only limited to the mode Turf War, which is basically you inking your own turf along with your team under the time limit. Whoever inks the most turf is the winner. There's all types of ways to approach this mode, just remember the basic goal. And remember that walls do not count towards your score, and always cover your spawn point as well. If you see a color you like in Splatoon, you can actually keep that color by going into the Options tab menu on the Wii U gamepad and turning a feature called Color Lock on. And before anyone says anything, no, there is no red ink or white ink, for obvious reasons. There are lots of variety when it comes to the kind of weapon you think is best. There's the Gunner class, which has mid to rapid firepower, the Blaster class, which tend to have a lack of range but hurt on impact, The Roller class, which can one-shot enemies in your way and can spew ink out as well. The Charger class, which acts like a sniper and has the most range, but not that good at covering ground. The Ink Brush class, which is similar to the Roller class, but you get to go super fast, covering a decent amount of turf, but have weak melee attacks. The Slosher class, which is literally you throwing paints in the paints bucket. Surprisingly effective. And the Splatning gun.
I am heavy weapons guy.
But Jax is a machine gun inking anybody in your way with its rapid firepower. Keep in mind, you may be a squid, but that doesn't mean you can swim around in the water. Weapon choices, including its special and sub weapons, are going to be very important to consider once you reach level 10. Because at level 10, you unlock ranked battles, which currently consist of 3 modes. There are Splat Zones, which is taking up an area on the map for a certain amount of time. Tower Control, which is riding a tower to its goal. And the Rainmaker mode, which is you taking the Rainmaker weapon and getting that to its goal. Each map rotates every 4 hours and modes rotate every 6 hours. So knowing your weapon is going to be the key to ranking up and helping your comrades out as well. The reason why this is called ranked battles is because you do get ranked based on your performance. Do well in battles and you go up in ranks. Do not so good and vice versa happens. If lobby load times are taking a while, Splatoon's got you covered. On the gamepad, you have an 8-bit squid jumping game that can keep you occupied until the match starts. You can always play this minigame outside the tower at your own leisure. After a hard day's work of intense splatting, you might want to go talk to Judd the cat. Judd gives you money depending on your performance that day and can give you some helpful advice on the battlefield. Spike Gear has all sorts of uses. He can order you fresh gear from other Inklings in Inkopolis, and later in the game he can add slots to your gear to give it one more room for extra ability. Abilities in this game are given to you randomly. Whenever collecting enough P, yes I said P, clothing levels up as well, and abilities are completely random to what you get. Don't like your current lineup of abilities? Let old Spike shuffle them up for one price of 1 Super Sea Snail. Where do you get Super Sea Snails? Well, that's where Splatfests come in. See, every so often Splatoon hosts an event where you have to side with their particular topic of that time. It can range from dogs or cats, roller coasters or water slides, to mother f***ing Transformers.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye, to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons.
Splatfest takes its setting into nighttime, and Inkopolis is ecstatic during this time. During Splatfest, however, you're only allowed to play Turf War, and instead of 2 stages in the rotation, you get 3. Not much more to say other than play to win for the side you picked. When all is said and done, popularity and performance is tallied up to see which team is the better one. Whether you win or lose, however, you still get some Super Sea Snails, so everyone's a winner. One giant complaint I and many people find with Splatoon is not having the freedom of choosing which stages and modes you want to play with strangers at will. It's not until you get into the private mode matches where you have the freedom to choose where you want to go and what you want to do, including who gets to be on what team. Squad battles is just another way to play with your friends versus everyone else. You can either go with a twin squad, a trio squad, or an all-out squad attack against. Remember when I said you could order gear from other Inklings in Inkopolis? Well, that's true for the most part, but you cannot order amiibo gear. Yeah, there's actually amiibo support in this game. And as of version 2.10, it only consists of the Inklings. Good luck trying to get them if you haven't already. All these amiibo really do is let you do some remixes of the single player campaign with a certain weapon. When you have completed all those missions, you are then awarded with some special amiibo gear and some more minigames for your gamepad. By the way, there is no in-game voice chat in this tactical shooter. Instead, you are given options on the D-pad that say come on and booyah. But maybe that's for the best that we don't have voice chat in this game. Splatoon overall was a giant surprise in my eyes, with its fair amount of customizable options, vibrant community, and its addictive online multiplayer. This game, I would say, is a definite must-have for the Wii U system, and if you haven't picked it up already, I would highly suggest looking into it. Hey, so you made it to the end of the review. This was my first review ever, my first video game review, my first review in general. And will I do more reviews in the future? Well, that's up to you guys to decide. If this video gets enough likes, you know, enough support, enough love, then I'll definitely consider doing more reviews, because I've always wanted to do reviews. And I figured reaching at least 3,000, I think that would be an okay audience to start a review at, because, you know, I can't get pandered too much, I think, but whatever. I tried the best I can. This thing took about 3.5 weeks to make with life setbacks and then school. And yeah, it was just a fun time. Too bad it took longer than I thought. I hope you guys forgive me. And that's why there's been a lack of videos, because I've been working on this video. So, I guess this is the part of the video where I guess people plug stuff in. So I guess I'm going to follow that trend too. So first of all, if you haven't followed me on social media, you can go ahead and do that. There's links in the description to follow my Facebook and Twitter page. You can follow that to get updates on the channel and, you know, see when I'm doing stuff on videos and stuff like that. I'm actually doing an amiibo giveaway very soon, so I would definitely consider liking that page. No, but we'll get to that later. And also, I guess if you're new to my channel as well, my name is Animeist. I do Smash Brothers stuff, I do gaming stuff. I recently got a PS4, but that's later. Yeah, whatever. Right now I'm doing, well, I do a series where it's like a machinima type stuff where, you know, Brawl characters and stuff like that in Brawl, which I might consider doing with Smash 4 now if I ever do. Well, I will do one, it just depends. Smashing parodies is what I call it. It's just a parody on stuff with like Smash characters. If you want to check that series out, you can go ahead and click this link right there on the screen, and if you can go in the description as well if you're on mobile. And yeah, that thing took a year to make, so I would go ahead and watch it if you're bored. And if you want to check out the most popular series I have going, I do Smash Brothers modded hacks, I guess. So you can check this one that's, I guess, popular, where it's like a bunch of video game characters and they fight each other. You might recognize a few of them, I don't know. And yeah, that's something that might get you acquainted with what, get you a taste of what I'm about. But yeah, none of this would happen without you guys. I know you've probably heard this said a million times, but you know, thank you. Really, thank you. Like, none of this would happen. Just 3,000, and that may be a small number to some, that may be a big number to some. But for me, for what I do, honestly, as a hobby, this is great, and I can't ask for any more. But realistically, the number's just gonna keep going up, isn't it? So I gotta set my game up, don't I? Anyways, guys, I'm ending this right now. Thank you guys so much. Nintendo's not copywriting this, thankfully. So, yeah, I want to thank you guys, and you know, Splatoon's a fun game, and I'm just gonna see you guys later for many more videos. If you're a new subscriber, go ahead and click the bell on the mobile if you're new, and you can get notifications of what I do on your phone. So yeah, guys, here's Callie and Marie.